Hello! So in this video we're going to work with focus and concentration, which is such a simple and very important aspect of life. We all need it in our jobs, in our hobbies, even just, walking from home to work, for example. We need to focus, we need to concentrate to get where we're going. But often the mind wanders, we get distracted, and especially when we want to meditate, especially when we sit, there's the world around, we get distracted here, we get distracted there, and we lose that simple focus. So by sitting in meditation, practicing very simple focus and concentration allows you to develop that same focus and concentration in your life, whatever it is you're doing. And the key aspect really of developing focus and concentration is simply having an anchor. We focus, we're not trying to still the mind and freeze the mind and lock it just on that one thing. It will drift, but we have an anchor, we have something we always kind of come back to. So let's say, you're revising, the mind wanders, you come back to that thing. So you don't beat yourself up when you go off, but you come back to the anchor object, the anchor theme, let's say. And with meditation, that anchor, that focus can be a candle, it could be music, it could be like a sound bath, gongs, those kind of things. But the one thing that we always have, always, is the breath and the spine. So wherever you are, you always have that, always. And so with developing the focus and concentration in meditation, wherever you are, we can always come back to the breath, anchoring it, we just come back. You come back. And like with anything, it's a muscle. Your mind wanders, you come back. Your mind wanders, you could have come back. And every time you could have come back, it gets a little easier. And I think what makes it a little easier is when you don't then get into a conversation about, oh my God, my mind's wandered, I can't focus, I can't concentrate. So we don't get, because that becomes another wandering of the mind. So we always just keep coming back without the conversation, without the dialogue, without even making it a negative. Because it's natural for the mind to wander. If you think back in the day, back in kind of cave kind of times, back in the savannah, we're looking for dangers, we're looking for prey. And so the mind is constantly active, aware, checking things out. But we need to zone it in. So if you're hunting, then you have that kind of clear object. But in modern life, we're not hunting. So it's the same principle. We're wired, the mind is wired, the awareness is wired to kind of go around, but we bring it back, we bring it back, we bring it back, without the beating ourselves up, without the added conversation, just to make life easier. So in that respect, in that kind of approach, we'll do a short meditation now on the breath, on the spine, as an anchor, something that we always come back to. The home base, if you want to call it, come home to the breath, home to the body. So wherever you are, if you find a comfortable position, ideally upright, where you're not going to fall asleep, and close your eyes. Just take a deep breath. And again. One more time. And as you breathe, just become aware of where your awareness is. Is it more in your nose? Are you feeling your breath in your nose? Are you feeling it in the back of your throat? Or are you more aware of your chest, the expansion of your chest? Or is it maybe your belly, the sides of your belly, or even lower, below the navel? Let's just take a few breaths and just be mindful of where your attention naturally goes. And And as you become aware of your breath, it's also important that you allow the world around you to be as it is. Because a part of focus and concentration is dealing with distractions. Allowing the world around you to be. There will be sounds. There will be things that can pull you away from your breath. That's life. So whatever sounds you're hearing, just keep coming back to your breath. And so let's focus on the area just between the nostrils. So when you breathe in and out through the mouth, just feel that tiny space between your nostrils as you breathe in. Focusing the mind. And this tiny space between the nostrils on the upper lip. How does that feel? It might be a part of your body you've never been aware of before. And now you can feel it. Now let's move the awareness slightly just into the nostrils, staying with the breath as the anchor. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And just see how far you can reach up your nostrils, how much awareness you can have of your nostrils and the breath. Maybe you can feel the breath rise to the very top of your nose, almost between your eyes. And we could keep this entire meditation just between the nostrils and in the nostrils. This is something you can practice in your own time. But for now we're going to move the awareness to the chest now. It's the rise and fall of the breath. How does that feel? Moving from that tiny space between the nostrils to the wider space, the broader space across your chest. As you follow the breath. Now allow your awareness to move a little lower to around your navel, your belly button. Just feeling your belly rise and fall. Allowing the world around you to be. Now bring your awareness to the sides of your belly, feeling how you expand sideways with each breath. And now we'll do just one more round, coming back to the space between the nostrils. Just really allow your mind to focus on this narrow space. Feeling the breath move across your top lip, move around the rim of the nostrils, and into your body. Staying around the nostrils for now. Don't allow your mind to wander elsewhere, wander to your belly or your chest. You want to stay on this very tight spot, like a laser. Honing in. So we'll just stay here for 30 seconds now, around the nose. The entrance to the nostrils. And allow your awareness to move again up through your nose, towards the bridge of your nose between your eyes, just seeing how far you can extend your focus. And then we expand the awareness down into the chest now. Staying focused on the rise and fall of your lungs, of your chest. Allowing the world around you to simply be. Staying focused on the chest and now the navel. Moving down through the navel, down to the lower belly, to the sides of the belly around the hips. Feeling the expansion sideways, as well as front and back. And now to close this meditation, just allow this same focus and concentration just to expand to the whole of your body. So you keep the focus between the nostrils. Whilst you're focused between the nostrils, you also have the awareness now of your entire body. How does that feel? Are you feeling more relaxed? Are you feeling quieter? Slowly now begin to move the hands, move the fingers. As we move our attention, move that sharp focus you developed from between the nostrils, through the body, beginning to stretch, beginning to come back into the world, back into your day. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes. So how does that feel now? So with this little added focus, this concentration now, if you study for your exam, if you do whatever it is you want to do, keep that focus, keep this awareness now, keep this concentration. And anytime you wander, you can pause, even if it's 30 seconds. You can bring your attention back here. Between the nostrils, take a breath and carry on. Especially if you find yourself beating yourself up and getting frustrated. You can pause for a second, close your eyes, come back to the breath, between the nostrils, just move through the body, and then continue what you're doing. So hope that was useful. Any questions in the comments, subscribe, and keep on following. Lots of videos to come, and have a beautiful day.